everyone's purpose is different. At this point, I was looking at a bee. I was like, a bee knows its purpose. A bee knows its worth. A bee knows what the F it's doing. It's not thinking, it doesn't have the brain like we do that's developed into creating anxiety and worry and just not feeling good enough and not, not accepting our path in life and like our purpose. And I was like looking at that bee, and it's like, that bitch knows. What? I was jealous of a bee. Well, I wasn't. I was like, I admired the bee, and I was like, oh, that fucking so lucky. Hey guys, and welcome to a new episode of the Coastline Podcast. I hope you're well. Thanks for joining. My name's Emma Clark, and I'll be your host for this 20 minutes of bullshit. No, I'm kidding. I hope you're well, and thanks so much for being here. This episode is all about self-acceptance, accepting who you are, inspired again by my friend who has realised that their true potential, who they are, why things are now making sense in their life, and it's just being who they are and the power in that, because sometimes we all really, really can go through life with no idea. We can all do that. We're all guilty of it, and it's okay. I mean, sometimes we just haven't found who we are and why we are. Like, why are we the way we are? Why are you the way you are? Why are you the way you are? It doesn't matter if you don't know that yet. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. There's no shame in that, really. There's no, we've got to stop being so hard on ourselves. We've got to understand that these things do take time. Sometimes, and when it does, it's always an amazing feeling where it's like, oh, so that's why that happened. And sometimes the things that are happening to you right now are the reason, because it's a better, there's going to be a better future for you. It's not necessarily means like this is karma, I've done something bad and like I've done something wrong in a past life. It's all to do with like, building strength. That journey we have to go on. We're all on our own little journey. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. So not feeling good enough, and the acceptance. I have this. I want to share with you, like this journal entry that I wrote a couple of weeks ago, where I realized something was really holding me back, and it was life-changing. Well, it kind of was, because I realized that I was being really hard on myself through things I want to do. I was making up scenarios where, I was trying to be something when I already was something, but I didn't accept the fact that, I was something, and I was just trying to create something. And it's like, well, actually, I didn't need to create anything, really. And I was at the same park, I was at the same place, and I realized that I was making up these things. I was creating these things. I didn't have to do the things I was doing. It's a weird time. I was like, no, but I must be doing this. And I don't know if you guys are in that same pickle where you believe that there's something you're supposed to be doing, but every time you try to do it, there's a roadblock in your way. There's like a coconut tree. And I always used to say that, but I didn't realize that it was like there was one in front of me. And I was like, oh damn, well, I can't be giving this advice if I'm not following my own. And sometimes that is what people say. They're like, well, I'm always really good at giving advice, but I'm really bad at following my own. Not the case for me. I always try to do what's best, and if I know things that I can help you guys with, I will try to do my best at it. And there's still a lot of things that I need to learn. I mean, no one's perfect. That, you know, I was like, you're not perfect, fuck you. No, well, you are perfect, practically perfect in your own little way, but you know, we all need to learn some things, and that's okay. We all make mistakes. That's another thing that's 100% okay, because we need to learn. We need to learn from our mistakes. We can't, nobody's gonna, you know, I don't want to say walk out of their mum's and just sail through life perfectly, and there's going to be no consequence to their actions. Of course, a consequence to your actions. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but you know, it happens. You know, sometimes you make little mistakes, big mistakes. One of my friends actually, such a small mistake. One of my friend, well, you know, she thought she turned the hose pipe off after watering the garden, and she turned it the wrong way. She turned it to full. We woke up the next day, it burst. There was water everywhere. It's fine. We make mistakes. You know, if you lose £1 million, sucks. It's fine. Make mistakes. If you invest in the wrong thing, you learn from your lesson. What did I recently do? I guess it wasn't a bigger mistake than I thought if I'd learnt. Oh, yeah, I know. But it's fine. We learn from our mistakes, which is fine. So I'm going to share with you like this thing that was just so uplifting for me, not for you. It's not about you. It's all about me. No, I'm kidding. So it says, and I hope this can help you guys, but I just read through it quickly, and I'm pretty sure there's nothing too personal in it. Maybe the fact that I just loved dolphins when I was a kid, and I think I figured out, you know, something that I can do with my life, and I think that would be pretty good. So basically, this comes from a place of feeling trapped in life, and I don't know if anyone's, you know, they don't feel like that they can do anything, and the choice is that we are free to do what we want, and we can do as we please, even though it's like you're not trapped in your job. This is basically, it's like you're not trapped in your job, you're not trapped in your living situation. You know, if you want to go and do something that makes you feel you know, just better about yourself, you're okay to do that. So it's like, if people are like, yeah, but my job, so I can't find another one. It's okay. You are 100% good enough to go out there and learn a new skill or something. I mean, there's so much we can do in this world. I don't know what it is for you guys, but I think it's the UK, it might be in America, we've got the Open University. We can go back into education, we can learn. And this was actually what I was going to do. I was recently I was like, oh, should I do a course in floristry or something? It's like, what am I trying to escape? Which I was like, you know, it would be nice to have a hobby. I'm probably going to be looking after my grandparents' like greenhouses that they've had for years in the future. So I was like, yeah, it wouldn't be a bad thing to like learn, you know, how to that kind of route, like the what do they call it? Nope, can't remember it. I want to say no, botanist kind of route. That's the one. So you know, that wouldn't be a bad idea to go down. And you know, life sends us down like little journeys. But I was procrastinating so much, you guys, and if you find yourself in this like situation, because you never know, and like I'm saying this now and you're telling yourself these things now, but in the future it's like it might actually be different for you. So basically, this is what it said. It's like, I'm free to choose what I do with my day. Like I am, and so are you guys. We are completely free to do what we choose, really. it's like you can't tell yourself, oh, I can't do that. It's like we've conditioned ourselves in a mindset, like, and like I've done this. It's not for my, I'm just speaking freely now, but we conditioned ourselves, like if we were in like a working class job, like a 9 to 5, our brains are trained in that way, and we have to constantly tell ourselves that, you know, we're worthy of more than this. We can do more than this. We're not this job, and that's where our minds get like crushed. Freaking jobs. It's like it crushes you to, you know, believe that this is all you're good for. Okay, you're not. You can do so much more, and you're free, and you're free to do what you want. So it says, I'm free to do what I do with my day. We all are. So everyone's purpose is different. At this point, I was looking at a bee. I was like, a bee knows its purpose. A bee knows its worth. A bee knows what the F it's doing. It's not thinking, it doesn't have the brain like we do that's developed into creating anxiety and worry and just not feeling good enough and not, you know, not accepting our path in life and like our purpose. And I was like looking at that bee, I was like, that bitch knows. What? I was jealous of a bee. Well, I wasn't. I was like, I admired the bee, and I was like, oh, that fucking is so lucky. Fucking no idea what we struggle with in our brains. You know, it's like, yeah, so a bee knows his purpose, and I have the freedom to choose mine, and you do as well. So, and then I started talking, and I was like, oh, when I was a kid. So basically, I have this diary, which is basically, because I was interpersonal intelligence I have none of, so this is the way I figure things out, and it's a really good practice if you guys want to try that as well. So I was like, when I was a kid, I loved dolphins. Fucking did. Dolphins, great. Jump out of the water. Fucking Titanic, look down, you know, whatever. And I also loved golf too, and you know, being at the mini golf course, I loved it. And I couldn't stop. And my parents were like, slow down, let the other people play. And I was like, no, I must always. That's crazy. And I also loved proving myself in sport, which was, I was just so, and I still am really competitive, kind of, yeah. Not in a petty way, but in a very adult way. I'm not a sore loser. It's like if handshake, you know, good job. And I really thought, I was like, maybe the way I'm feeling right now is because I'm procrastinating or doubting myself, like I didn't feel good enough. And I just don't feel like I was good enough to do the things I wanted to do. And I was like, whoa, I don't feel like I'm good enough. And then I was like, of course. I mean, it's not all my family, but like some of my family have made me feel like, you know, I should be doing better than what I'm doing right now. And maybe the guy I kind of liked at the time was, I still like him. I was just like, wasn't even trying to be, you know, amazing, but he is. And I was like, oh, maybe I'm not good enough for that, which I was. And I just didn't feel good enough, you know. And I realized that, you know, and that was limiting myself from, you know, who I was, and I was accepting who I was because I just didn't feel like I was good enough. It was so weird. But like a couple of years ago, and it really frustrated me. Like a couple of years ago, I used to think that teaching kids was the tits. This is my words. And it was something I felt comfortable with and something I was proud of. How weird is that? And I was like, now why do I feel like I'm not good enough? So why did I feel like I'm not good enough? Why didn't I accept myself for who I was? It was crazy. But, you know, a couple of years ago, I was like doing craft fairs for, you know, like saving, you know, the seals, or giving the seals some money for, you know, the seals, you know, not the Navy SEALs. The seal, like a charity, environmental charity to, you know, help protect the seals in my area. And, you know, that was something I was really happy doing, and I could do it. But now, like a couple of weeks ago, I was like, that's not out of the question. And it's like, I need to do better. I need to be better at what I do. And I just wasn't accepting myself for who I was. And it was a really dark time. Like, I couldn't figure out. It was so stressful. I was putting so much stress on myself. And I remember sitting in the park, like the first time I skated there, and I sat there and I was like, this place is fantastic. I feel like I can open my soul up here. Yeah, kind of. It's a soul-searching place. And yeah, really, I realized, I was like, oh my God, I am trying to create a business. It's like, why? Why am I trying to create a business? It's like, why? And I look back and it's like, okay, because I don't feel good enough. I feel like I need to be a little bit more than what I'm doing right now. And it's like, but why? There are so many roadblocks and coconut trees in the way. It's just not right for me. It's not working. I'm trying to make it work. And it was a really tough call for me to like say, okay, but I felt like the right one, because I was like, you know, I should be in fashion. I should be creating clothes. I should be designing them. I should also, you know, be doing everything else. And it was just like, there were so many roadblocks. It just wasn't working. And I was like, okay, why isn't this working? But then I realized is that this was something, you know, like maybe as part of procrastinating, like I said, or just doubting myself, and wherever there was this thing that I was supposed to be doing as a career, I was distracting myself with something else. And, you know, this is something that I thought is quite sickening for me now. To even think that I would go down that route when it should 100% be a hobby. I would rather just be working on, you know, things as projects. Like, if you guys are watching this, like, this is a sleeve, a silk taffeta sleeve for a Spencer jacket. The Spencer jacket is a Regency jacket, and yeah, I'm making like a Regency Spencer because that's great. That's like a hobby. It combines my like love for history and it's got food. This is not food. This is a jacket, you know, sewing. And it's like, I know for one business in the past, sewing is something I don't want to do as a career. Maybe. I mean, I can make things and like sell them for fun, something that, you know, tickles my soul. That's great. That's something I enjoy doing, because we should do things that we're passionate about. And yeah, it's like a great way to be, I guess. So it's all hand sewn as well, which is hilarious. And so great. I'm fucking balls. No, oh, hello. Hold on. Yeah, it's really bright. It kind of looks like it's a really bright jacket if anyone's watching. But like, it reminds me of like one of those like a really reflective jackets. You know, the silver ones. It was inspired by a Spencer jacket I saw in Emma. And obviously doing my research, it should be made out of silk taffeta. But I'm like, is that actually silk taffeta? Or is that like pretend silk taffeta made of plastic? I'm not sure. But anyway, let's move on. See? Procrastinating. But yeah, I'd rather do that as a hobby. That's like a thing that I find joy in, and we should all do things that we find joy in. But this is my thing. It's like, I know I'm good enough. Like, I'm more than good enough, because I'm not limiting myself to being good enough. I'm more than good enough. I just don't feel like I am. Another point is like, I really, you know, I just didn't believe it. It's like, you can tell yourself that you're good enough, but the thing is that you've really got to believe it. And I think all the times, all the trying, wait, what? I've not made sense here. You know, just trying to be successful has been my reaction to not being good enough. Like I said, me trying to start my own business here. I mean, I could put it on the shelf for a minute and come back to it later in life, but at the moment there's something else I need to focus on. And so it's like, because I don't feel good enough like in that. So I say that again. I think all the the trying to be successful has been my reaction to not being good enough. If I can do something, it must be done to its full potential, when it's not necessarily true. Is that weird? Because I actually made, and this comes from another entry like a while ago, because I written this so much recently. I used to think that, so basically what happened there was, like, I actually fell down a rabbit hole because I made a dress. So when I first made my first Regency dress, like a year later, I'm trying to be a fashion designer. Like, that was a weird rabbit hole that I fell down, and I didn't need to fall down that, because I'm good enough, and I didn't need to, claw my way up a mountain that didn't need to exist. I was creating it. I was creating this world. That was a great time for reflection, because honestly, did I need to do that? And it's like, you've got to ask yourself, it's like, the things that you're doing, do you need to do this? Is this something that, is this something that is necessary in your life? Do you know that, is this the path you're supposed to go down, or is this just a distraction from who you truly are and what you're trying to avoid accepting yourself from? You're practically perfect in every way, and I'll say it again, because you've been created in a warehouse to be yourself. You're here to be yourself, and it's absolutely necessary to do that. So if I can do something, it must be done to its full potential, when that's not necessarily true. It's good enough the way it is, and so am I. And that was a turning point, because it's like, oh yeah, fuck, I didn't need to do all this crap, because I'm good enough the way I am, and I should accept myself for who I am. And I know it's like a journey for you guys, like, but that's how, that's the beauty of it, and that's how you find your own purpose and what you're meant to be doing. And if you guys want like a bloody diary, just go to like your nearest, I don't know, wherever. I got this from my nan. Go to your nan and get a diary from her. Because it's really good to just write. People forget that, oh my god, honestly, a diary. And I would be so messed up and confused if I didn't write down my feelings. I mean, you can 100% burn them after you've wrote them down, but it really does help, and it clears out your mind. And from doing this as well, my brain has become so much clearer, because it's like, okay, so this is what I'm doing. This is where I'm focused. This is this is it. No, this is not it. But like, this is so helpful. It just puts everything down on paper. It, like I said, clears out your minds and helps you focus on the right things that you're supposed to be focusing on. And it's amazing what it can do for you. So it's a really good practice if you want to try it. Even if you want to write code, so no one else can read it. But it's really good. So I hope you guys got something from this, like accepting who you are, feeling good enough. And it's really, really incredible, like, what you can do from writing down feelings. You know it to be true. It's fine. So yeah, I really hope you guys got something. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. If you're confused about the way things are in your life, nothing wrong with writing it down. Absolutely nothing wrong. It really is helpful, and I'm 100% promoting it. But it's okay. It really is okay to be yourself, and accepting who you are. And we're gonna use some cards from the Inspired Stories, if I can get them out, and give you a little bit of a motivational quote. If I can get them out. Oh my god. Let's find the quote of today, you guys. Let's be silly like that. Okay, so yeah. So let's have a little shuffle. Let's not look. Let's pick a card. Okay, so the quote of today is, "It's okay to take a break." And these cards are awesome. If you want to get them, they're on Inspired Stories, and they're really cute and cute to put up. Okay, so it's okay to take a break, guys. It's alright, take a break. Zen. Okay, so I've been Summer Clark, and this has been the Chrysaline Podcast. If you guys want to find me, I'm on Instagram, and if you guys want coaching classes, they are on Empathy. Hope you guys are well and you got something from this. If not, just shame me. No, don't really. just don't vote for me on Audible or whatever. Give me a review, this one. Okay, so thank you guys so much. Okay, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.